The Lampoon section of the Leader has expanded this semester. Amongst the comics, you will now find farce news articles. Fred Pallone, current writer for the Lampoon, is mainly responsible for the new edition.
A buddy of mine, Alex Marion, started writing for the Leader and did something similar to what we do now in terms of writing like funny little articles or lists or just things that came to his head. And I paired that with just like reading articles from the Onion. You know, I've been reading the Onion for a few years now, and so once I got the opportunity this semester to start writing for the paper, I wanted to continue in that vein and keep that going and resurrect this spirit of, I guess, the literary lampoon. So having like something funny but something written and textual that people can look at and laugh at. A lot of times when we're brainstorming ideas of things to write, I was just sitting on the editors' meetings and I would just decide to flip an article that people are already really writing about, you know, like a real article, something that's actually happening on campus, to flip that story because it makes it topical and it makes it relevant and people already understand what it is right there, right off the bat.
Fellow writer Brett Jones is also adding articles with a slightly different focus.
Fred focuses a lot on issues that are going on campus, and he takes a look and kind of twists some things that are going on. For example, he wrote the article about the soccer stadium and about the birth control information clinic. I try and look at the bigger picture of just culture and society and some of the changes we're going through and just some of the weird cultural phenomena that we have. And so I focus, one of my articles is on tanning and just things that make me mad, things that don't make sense to me. And I just try and poke fun at them just because they're so ridiculous, and you can't just get mad all the time. You got to make fun of someone.
The factual nature and presentation of the articles has left a couple of readers confused.
What's been happening a lot is that people are reading the articles and thinking that they are true or thinking that the quotes are real because I'm using real public figures and I'm using real events that actually have happened on campus. And so they're blending those lines and they can't really see the satire in it a lot of times or the exaggeration that happens a lot of times. And so the problem with that is they're not necessarily getting the message that's within the text itself. Or they can't separate it and they're not laughing, which is the overall goal in all this, to get people to laugh.
However, the comedy writers are becoming a welcome addition to the newspaper staff.
We've been working also with Ned Campbell, and he's really liked the idea of the literary lampoon, and he actually kind of liked it so much that he wrote an article himself this last week, which was really neat. So I think he's going to keep writing for it too, and so it's good to get that kind of support from someone on the staff and also to, I guess, be welcomed in a way.
This has been Taylor Companion from Fredonia Student News, reminding you to read between the lines.